No? Why are you wearing that? Are you trying to be like Antifa? That's harassment.
Get out of my face!
You just assaulted me, asshole.
No.
Hi, can I ask you a couple questions about your sign?
Yeah.
Wait, let me see it first. What race is Islam?
What race?
Yeah, because you're saying 42.9% white, 0.3% Muslim.
Oh, I wasn't, talking about race.
Well, it says white.
Okay.
You know that you could be white and Muslim, right?
Yeah, I do know that.
Do you know that most Muslims are actually not Middle Eastern? You know, most Muslims are actually Southeast Asian, Polynesian, from Cambodia, Philippines, etc. So when you make a sign like that, you're kind of suggesting that Islam is a race, which kind of gives people the wrong idea, because it's not. So my other question is, what is the percentage of white people in America?
Primary opposition.
What about Islam? What percentage?
Should be interrogated right now.
Oh, I'm just asking.
If you don't want me to show my sign, I don't have to. I think unification.
Do you know what percentage of Americans are Muslim?
No, I do not.
Okay.
From the...
Hey, do you mind if I ask you a question? No? Why are you wearing that? Are you trying to be like Antifa? Do you guys know that Antifa are actually domestic terrorists? Antifa attacks children, handicapped people, gay people, immigrants, Bernie supporters, and anybody who just happens to be where they are. I urge you to look at that online. Antifa is actually...
I'm requesting 5 feet of space from my body right now. This person is harassing me at this time, and I'm requesting space from this person.
Antifa attacks innocent people. Antifa is sabotaging our movement. Antifa is anti-left-wing, anti-liberal, and they spray paint things like liberals get the bullet too.
If she doesn't want to be taking a picture, don't take a picture.
Well, she has her face covered, so. I'm trying to save the left from being sabotaged by you people.
I am such a troublemaker. So I wake up this morning and I read the following. General strike against Trump pushes back against threat of White House policies. And you know I'm gonna have to go to that. Let's get into something stupid. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not pro-Trump, and I am not for pipelines. I'm against oil. I mean, Jesus, I think we should all be green, energy only. But I don't put up with bullshit like Antifa and BAMN.
It is a little after 11, as you can see. And I guess that's it, so I'm gonna get closer.
Exactly. So come meet my son and then
Russian steward.
let's keep families together.
Thank you.
I just found out last night
Thank
that
you.
I have to go for sure, so I'm not real stable.
Well, that's all we got. Be a good girl. Be a good girl. What do you think you're doing? Huh? What do you think you're doing? Oh, here's another sign. Good doggy.
Alright, so we're waiting about 15 more minutes before the rally starts.
This is a general strike against Trump. Or, as the headline reads, General strike against Trump pushes back against threat of White House policies. Which then launches into half-truths, flat-out lies, and paranoia. Oh, I can't focus. Well, anyway, it says threats to the environment. Okay, maybe that's fair. Immigration raids. Actually, no. Illegal aliens are not immigrants, so that's actually a lie. Attacks on Planned Parenthood. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not actually an attack. I'm pretty sure it just has to do with defunding foreign Planned Parenthood-like things, but I could be wrong about that. The Muslim ban, which actually is not a Muslim ban, stupid. Just look into it. You're so stupid, people. attacks on people of color and LGBTQ. Wait, where's the I and the O and the P? Come on now. And the other P. You're discriminating against the I, the O, and the P and the P. The PP. I-O. Anyway, businesses in Eugene, targeted with Nazi graffiti. Well, if we've learned anything from the recent past, it's actually probably more likely that the Nazi graffiti is coming from anti-Trump people. Perhaps the same people who spray paint "Kill Trump." Locally and across the nation, Trump's administration's first 100 days have been marked with anger and dissent. Well, don't forget lots of violence coming from the left. In response, the general strike against Trump, aka the F-17 strike, is planned for Friday, February 17th in Eugene and nationally. Local organizers are working on a rally and a march to coordinate the strike, as well as the local divestment rally asking banks and businesses to stop supporting the Dakota Access Pipeline, DAPL. In response, general strike against Trump, aka F-17, is planned on Friday, February 17th, etc., 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 blah, 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 blah. Really, I think it's just the sore loser rally. It's a sign that fails to take into account actual statistics behind those numbers.
In all seriousness, I really appreciate you guys coming out today. I know that striking, it's a lot different than coming out on a weekend and protesting. It's a lot different than just marching. Striking is a sacrifice, and I think part of the issue in the last 10 years and has led to such a complacent society is that people stopped wanting to sacrifice. People stopped being willing to give up something of their own for the greater good of the people. And I think that the fact that you guys are here, sacrificing your day at work, at school, not spending money, not providing any of your money to the economy to slow it down, that speaks numbers. And although, we're Eugene, we're small, but we're a community. And I think just our presence here today shows just because we're a small town, just because we are a small group, that doesn't mean that we're going to be silent. That doesn't mean that we're going to be quiet. We're going to be loud, and we're going to have to do the same exact thing. Be loud, be vocal, and stand up for what we believe in for the next 4 years, every single day. And we better make sure that it's only 4 years. I don't think we can take a... Let's hope it's... Well, the way things are going. So, I think the best way to go about this, I think we can spread out maybe on these two corners and hold up our signs and be vocal, and we can start chants, and we can show Eugene that we're here, we're loud, we're proud, we're diverse, we're fantastic, and we are not going to be silenced. If anybody has something they want to come up and say, anybody wants to come up and speak, they're welcome to. Just come let me know, and I think for now we can stand here and we can start chants and start chanting at the car driving by.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy
Here they are protesting against democracy.
This is what democracy looks like.
Protesting against democracy.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Alright, have you guys heard the other ones? We need a leader, not a creepy tweeter. We need a leader, not a creepy tweeter. We need a leader, not a creepy tweeter.
Look at this moron.
We need a leader, not a creepy tweeter. We need a leader, not a creepy tweeter.
Stand up, fight back. Democracy is under attack. Stand up,
Fight back.
democracy is under attack.
Stand up. Fight back.
Now, today's quote-unquote liberals do not care about unions. Sorry, buddy. They hate you because you're working class.
Pleased to meet you.
Hi, can I ask you a couple questions about your sign?
Yeah.
Wait, let me see it first. What race is Islam?
What race?
Yeah, because you're saying 42.9% white, 0.3% Muslim.
Oh, I wasn't, talking about race.
Well, it says white.
Okay.
You know that you could be white and Muslim, right?
Yeah, I do know that.
Do you know that most Muslims are actually not Middle Eastern? You know, most Muslims are actually Southeast Asian, Polynesian, from Cambodia, Philippines, etc. So when you make it sound like that, you're kind of suggesting that Islam is a race, which kind of gives people the wrong idea, because it's not. So my other question is, what is the percentage of white people in America?
Primary opposition
What about
comes from white people.
what about Islam? What percentage?
To be interrogated right now.
Oh, I'm just asking.
If you don't want me to show my sign, I don't have to. I think unification.
Do you know what percentage of Americans are Muslim?
No, I do not.
Okay. So I'm just wondering, because that could be a valid point,
Okay.
or maybe it's not, depending on what the percentage actually is. All right. Well, you don't want me to film you. That's okay.
But you were able to walk back to your car.
So it's Kua Jasidi with a song that she wrote that she wants to help us learn.
Hey everyone, you all came, you're all awesome. My name, Kua Jasidi. I'm actually gender neutral, not any gender.
Shameless virtue signaling.
So I can sing a bit and you can repeat it. And we can sing a bit and we can repeat it. And we can see how it goes. I wrote it really late last night, so. Oh, and I'm like, that's my sing voice, so get ready for that. Okay, so it starts. I'm gonna try to remember it. From the earth we have grown.
From the earth we have grown.
Planet body Gaia home.
Planet body Gaia home.
And we'll do that together. From the earth we are grown. Oh, you don't need me. Nice. Okay, so then we're gonna repeat this. From the
When we work 9 to 5, we lose sight of our pride.
when we work 9 to 5, rising class, rising. Thanks. Yeah, we're gonna get it. Okay, and so we can do those two parts. When we work 9 to 5, we of our pride. Okay, so I guess I'll sing it and we'll sing it and we'll talk about it. You're also awesome. Thanks for clapping and encouraging me. It's nice. I hope this rings out forever and ever.
I notice nobody's wearing safety pins. Where are your papers?
Okay, so we're gonna.
Hey, do you mind if I ask you a question? No? Why are you wearing that? Are you trying to be like Antifa? Do you guys know that Antifa are actually domestic terrorists? Antifa attacks children, handicapped people, gay people, immigrants, Bernie supporters, and anybody who just happens to be where they are. I urge you to look at that online. Antifa is actually...
I'm requesting 5 feet of space from my body right now. This person is harassing me at this time, and I'm requesting space from this person.
Antifa attacks innocent people. Antifa is sabotaging our movement. Antifa is anti-left-wing, anti-liberal, and they spray paint things like liberals get the bullet too.
If she doesn't want to be taking a picture, don't take a picture.
Well, she has her face covered, so.
That's just rude.
Antifa are traitors to the liberal cause. Antifa are traitors to the left wing. All you have to do is go online and look up Berkeley riots and see that they had a riot against freedom of speech at Berkeley, February 2nd. I'm talking about the Berkeley riots. I'm talking about Antifa and BAMN who were at Berkeley on February 2nd to protest and riot against freedom of speech. So if you support Antifa, you support the right wing. Hi. Black Lives Matter, another terrorist organization. I'm trying to save the left from being sabotaged by you people. Antifa are fascists. Morons. Look at these morons.
We're going to pause and we're going to rally in front of those two banks. Primarily targeting, our message is, stop funding the Dakota Access Pipeline, stop Apple. That's the primary message to Wells Fargo and Bank of America today.
That's not Oak, that's 8th, morons. People don't even know Oak from 8th. They say we're going to go down Oak and then they go down 8th.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho,
Donald Trump has got to go.
And I am so glad to see all of you here today because it is crucial that we make sure that America is divested from the Dakota Access Pipeline for both Native American, for the success of Native American communities, and for climate justice.
Oh, be nice.
The Dakota Access Pipeline has employed police brutality in coordination with the Morton County Sheriff's Department. They have savagely destroyed Native American cultural sites. They have destroyed the sacred. Defend the sacred! It is up to us, as American citizens, or not, to defend the sacred! Defend the sacred! To ensure that climate change will not continue for our grandchildren, that Native American communities are protected! Defend the sacred! Defend the sacred! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life!
Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life! Water is life!
Water is life! Water is life! Water is life!
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
They sure are slow. Jesus. Come on. I want to eat lunch. So these people wouldn't let me on the mic because I couldn't give them a good reason about what I was going to say on the mic. They wanted to have it cleared with them first. So much for free speech.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Donald Trump has got to go!
No Trump! No KKK! No fascist USA! No Trump! No KKK! No fascist USA! No Trump! No KKK! No fascist USA!
Yeah, one more. Are we going?
Ho, ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, hey! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, hey!
A couple of people in the crowd are very angry about me. I wonder how long it takes before they start talking to each other and decide to lynch me.
No KKK, no fascist USA! No Trump, we're gonna walk down to 13th and then we're gonna take a left on 13th! No Trump! No KKK, no fascist USA!
Maybe these people should heed some of their own advice and actually stop being so hateful. Nimrods.
I was wondering if you could explain your patches to me.
This is the infamous coat in question, folks. As you can see, there is a German flag, and I've been told that this is Welsh. Let's see what's on the other one. I think another German flag. Yeah, on the other arm is another German flag. Now, I'm not sure where this code actually came from. The story behind this code is that I was once married to a woman who was cheating on me, and the guy who was doing her ran from my house in fear and never came back for his code, though I offered to give it to him in person quite a few times.
A moment ago, someone said that you consider yourself a. Please don't. A minute ago, someone said you.
Well, if you're gonna have a
consider yourself
conversation with me, I'm gonna
supremacist.
film it. Who the hell said that and why?
Because you consider Black Lives Matter a hate group, and I was just wondering if I could ask you about that.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I won't put the camera on you. I'll just point at me. Go ahead.
Okay, great. No, it's totally fine to film me. Please don't. No, it's totally fine to film me. That's fine. I believe accountability is key. But if you could, why you believe that?
Why I believe it? Well, because I've seen lots of videos of them calling for the death of people.
Uh-huh.
And that's terrorism.
Uh-huh.
Terrorism is, by definition, the use of force or the threat of the use of force to make people meet socio-political demands.
Terror is what's described in U.S. Code of Laws. It's the threat or use of violence to intimidate, typically against civilians, to intimidate populations for political, ideological, and other ends.
So if you're going to go out there and chant death to cops, kill all white people, then, you know, that's terrorism. And that's not right,
no
that's
account
racism.
of the mainstream community of
Some of the protesters demonstrating in Manhattan were chanting, "What do we want? Dead cops. When do we want it? Now."
I've
that's
seen
not right,
no
that's
account
racism.
of the mainstream community of
All right, so
Black
you're
Lives
doing an
Matter
argument from ignorance right now. That's an argument from ignorance fallacy. You're basically saying, I haven't seen it, so therefore it's not true. Maybe you should look it up.
That is a good point. Have you seen extreme, unjust use of violence by white police officers within
Of course.
America?
The police, if you're a member of the police, then you are knowingly a voluntary member of a group that you know does corrupt things, that beats people up, minorities disproportionately higher. Definitely. So there's no excuse for being a cop unless you're actually part of, let's say, some sort of reformist group that you're actively trying to reform the cops. So yeah, definitely. There's no excuse. I mean, it's not a black and white thing. It's not either you're all for one side or all for the other side, because human beings
But you will say that
fallible.
they are targeting disproportionate amounts of
Yeah, I just
black
said that.
people and
Of
people of
course.
color within America.
I just said that, and that is no excuse for terroristic threats. No. Also, have you looked into the leadership of Black Lives Matter?
Yes, it is led by 3 women of color who have all denounced terrorism multiple times.
Well, let's see. The other day, one of them just said something pretty darn terroristic, didn't she? She said something about kill all white people, or all white people are evil, or they should die, or something like that.
There's no count of that.
Well, it's a tweet from Black Lives Matter co-founder Yusra Kogali that has raised eyebrows and concern. It reads, quote, "Please, Allah, give me strength not to cuss/kill these men and white folks." As for Kogali's tweet, I spoke with Sandy Hudson from Black Lives Matter earlier tonight.
So are there any
Premier
plans for
Kathleen Wynne,
apologize for the tweet?
Premier Kathleen Wynne has committed to having a public conversation with us. And what would be really
So why did she
wonderful,
retract the tweet,
what would be really wonderful
This
is
is-
if media would talk to her about what those plans are going to be. She is the
We've
Premier.
been covering
She's
this
accountable to
story.
the people. The SIU
We've been
has
covering
not
this
been
story.
accountable to the people, and that's what you should be focusing on.
Now, Sandy Hudson went on for several more minutes, but refused to actually comment on the tweet from Yusra Kogali.
If you,
I just saw it online yesterday, so I encourage you to look into it. Again, people, this is a argument from ignorance fallacy. That means, hey, I don't know about it. Well, it's very easy to shield yourself from things and then say, oh, well, it's not true because I didn't see it, because you're heavily invested in a bias. And you see, folks, one of these morons said, oh, that guy over there, he's a white supremacist. I guess that had something to do with my coach. You see these hysterical morons. They're just ready to lynch anybody for anything. Excuse me.
Yes.
Can you tell me who it is that said I was a white supremacist?
Oh, several people. I'm not going to name them for your safety, for their safety, because I don't trust you. But several people, like 5, because of your comments. They assumed it because of your comments about Black Lives Matter that you made.
Right. Well, actually, I think it was more about Antifa. Have you heard of Antifa?
No, would you like to enlighten me on it?
Yeah, those are the people that you see on the news lately with the black coverings of their faces, usually all in black, that have been going around, well, both attacking actual racists and attacking just random people, including what I have on video, people of color, handicapped people, immigrants, Bernie supporters, children, etc. So I went and asked them why they support that, and then I think that's why they started saying I'm a Nazi, which of course is indicative of what's actually wrong with the far left these days. I'm trying to save the left from these insane extremists who are actually sabotaging the movement by making us all seem crazy. Here we are protesting something that is good. We should protest the Dakota Pipeline, absolutely. But we shouldn't go around making false accusations about people either, because that's actually what ruins our movement. This is why people think that perhaps the right wing is paying these people, because they're so bad for our movement. Now, I don't actually believe they're being paid, but they do seem like it, because they are ruining the movement.
People over pipeline.
If you'll excuse me, I need to delete it.
People over pipeline.
So you see that, folks, I'm a white supremacist because I point out the fact that Black Lives Matter is in fact a violent, terroristic, pro-Islam, therefore pro-patriarchy organization. Hey, are you the folks that have been going around saying that I'm some kind of white supremacist? I'm not filming it.
This man's harassing us! This man's harassing us!
You know it's harassment? Telling people that other people are white supremacists. That's actually harassment, and it's slander, and it's illegal.
Get out of our place.
This is a public space,
I'm
sorry.
requesting 5 feet space from your presence! Move away from me now!
I have every right to be here. Well, I'm trying to figure out why these people have been saying I'm a white supremacist when I'm not a white supremacist. Because I'm wearing an army coat.
I see a German flag.
Yeah, you also see a Welsh flag, right? Right. Well, they are. Do you know what the definition of terrorism is? It's the threat. It's the threat of force or the use of force to force socio-political changes. That's the definition of terrorism. Now, Black lives, of course, do matter. I wish Tabitha was with me. Sadly, she could not make it. However, it's probably good that she wasn't there, because I get the feeling that the people that you'll see that get in my face with the megaphone would not have walked away without a lot of bloodshed were Tabitha there. Love you, baby. Mwah. Tabitha's the best. And yes, I'm stoned. Could you go to one of these rallies without being really high? I don't think so. The police do, of course. That's harassment.
Get out of my face!
You just assaulted me, asshole.
No.
That's harassment.
Get out of my face!
You just assaulted me, asshole.
No.
I have it on film.
Harassment
No,
is
you leave me
when
alone.
You touch them.
No, you don't. You don't do that to somebody.
Touch you. You touched her.
Okay, what's your name? They just assaulted me. Don't tell me what to do.
Did you grab them or something?
What's that?
What happened? Did you guys...
Oh, I was telling them that they shouldn't go around calling me a white supremacist just because I'm critical of Black Lives Matter. And then they screamed in my face with a megaphone, which is assault, because now my ear's ringing.
Oh, really?
Yep, they're lucky I don't... They're lucky I don't... That's Welsh and that's German.
So why are you here? Are you here protesting with us? Or?
I am against the Dakota Pipeline, but I'm also not going to go for one side and over the other. You know, it doesn't mean, oh, Dakota Pipeline is bad. Yes, but that doesn't mean go around accusing people of being white supremacists. That's fucking stupid. And it's sabotaging the left. These people are ruining the left in the eyes of America.
In your opinion? I think that some people think that moderatism is ineffective and like...
So you condone attacking innocent people?
Do you agree with the civil rights movement?
I am all for civil rights. Antifa is actually against civil rights. If you watch what happened in Berkeley on February 2nd, they went there to protest against freedom of speech. So that's on February 2nd, they went to Berkeley College to protest freedom of speech. And that's anti-civil rights.
They were protesting hate speech. That's not. Yeah, I mean, I think that you got your alternate facts a little bit.
Well, I urge you to look it up on video.
No, I watched it.
Watch what? Have you watched everything that's out there?
Yeah, I watched it live streaming as it was happening, actually.
So you
I've researched like Milo Yiannopoulos and everything.
You know who actually engages
in? We can air it.
Okay, so you researched Milo Yiannopoulos, right?
Yeah.
And what have you found? Has he been calling for?
Recording right now? Is this a video?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you don't want to be
not record me?
Okay. Yeah. If you don't want to be on video. So tell me, apparently,
they say that he calls for. What's the purpose of the recording?
Just to see. Actually, really to protect myself, since we have people out there saying I'm a white supremacist.
Oh, okay.
So anyway,
I didn't know if you
said you researched Milo Yiannopoulos, right? Now, of course, I haven't seen everything Milo does. And I am against Milo because he is, number one, Christian, number two, conservative, number three, Republican, number four, pro-Trump. So these are all good reasons to be against him. However,
those are all ideological reasons, though. See, the people who are protesting him are not protesting him on strictly ideological grounds. They're protesting because he has come to campuses and, like, at a previous demonstration, he actually singled out a trans student like was very, you know how you just got screamed at, basically, right? That's what he did to this trans student, basically, in front of a huge audience, and he got the audience to all like shame them, like, oh, well, your gender identity and expression doesn't exist, and
I can tell you one UW Milwaukee student that does not need to man up, and that is Justine Kramer. Do you know about Justine Kramer? Have any of you come into contact with this person? There's a quote-unquote non-binary trans... You're not laughing now, are you? You already know him. Quote-unquote non-binary trans woman forced his way into the women's locker rooms this year. Who knows about this story? Any of you? Let's see, you don't even read your own student media. He got into the women's room the way liberals always operate, using the government and the courts to weasel their way where they don't belong. In this case, he made a Title IX complaint. Title IX is a set of rules to protect women on campus, effectively. It's couched in the language of equality, but it's really about women, which under normal circumstances would be fine, except for how it's implemented. Now, it is used to put men into women's bathrooms. I have known some passing trannies in my life. Trannies, you're not allowed to say that either. I've known some passing trannies in my life, which is to say transgender people who pass as the gender they would like to be considered. Well, no. The way you know that he's failing is I'd almost still bang him. It's just a man in a dress, isn't it? I should reapply my lipstick, sorry. Tonight I'm here to talk, however, not about any individual students because it's mean. Or about the words you are or are not allowed to say, or any of the other various wonderful things.
by doing that, he was effectively infringing on that person's right to freedom.
Have you ever read the Constitution?
Yeah, of course.
Right. You ever read the First Amendment?
Yeah, but
does it say anywhere, freedom of speech, except for speech that bothers people?
Yeah, but freedom of
speech. So you understand
wait a
that
second.
freedom of speech means nothing unless speech that you don't like is protected. Otherwise, it's not freedom of speech.
Oh, I understand what you're saying, but freedom of speech also doesn't equal freedom of consequences. For example,
right.
You took this person yelling at you in your face as an assault, right?
Yeah.
And they were just speaking to you, right?
Well, at a volume with a megaphone on purpose in my ear. We all know what that actually was.
I mean, that seems to contradict your purpose.
So there are certain things that actually are not constitutionally
And what about
protected.
seditious speech? Like if you...
Right. There's certain things that are not constitutionally. Like you can't say,
but you
can't say, go get that person. Right? You can't actually call for violence. You can't say, lynch that person, or there's a Japanese person, put him in jail.
Which is exactly what Milo Yiannopoulos is doing.
Right, except that he's not.
Yeah, he is. Now,
if you actually watch the videos, what actually happens is BAMN, Yvette, Felarca, and Antifa
you actually can see them on video calling for violence, saying things like "get them" or "don't hold back tonight." Now that actually is hate speech. Now, meanwhile, you can't find a videotape of somebody on
Yeah, but you can't
that
have
they're
reverse
actually.
hate speech. This is like.
What do you mean you can't have reverse? There is no such thing as reverse speech.
You're talking
There's
about like
no
reverse
such thing as
racism
reverse
or something.
racism.
Yeah, there
no
is.
such thing.
Well, you're claiming there is.
racism is racism
No,
is
no, no.
racism is racism.
Well, like
hate
if a-
speech is hate speech.
if a
is
Black
hate speech.
Panther-
It's hate speech. Now, I
wait,
think
wait.
hate speech is fine. I think
that
hate speech
you've
should be
already-
constitutionally protected.
I don't feel like
However,
you're
you
talking
have
to me
to.
in good faith. Like you just want to argue to be right instead of considering what I'm
Well, I
trying
just want to
say.
make a point, then I'll listen to you, though. The point is that these people like Antifa and BAMN, they actually do engage in calls for violence, which actually is, I think it should be protected, but actually, constitutionally, it's not protected. So the people who
So
they
you're
say...
libertarian or
No,
like
I am a
anarcho-capitalist?
liberal. I stand for freedom and equality. I am a liberal. Now, the people that they say call for violence, I haven't seen a single video of that, but I've seen plenty of video of
Well, no, I
Antifa
mean,
and
we
BAM
have- no.
calling for violence, directly calling for violence. Like,
Have
get
you-
him, get him right there. There's one, get him.
Right, but there's alt-right websites, right, that do explicitly call for violence that are linked and using Milo Yiannopoulos' language and his rebel rousing to incite calls for violence. And recently, like in Quebec, there was a white supremacist terrorist who shot and killed 5 Muslims.
Right.
You know, and so saying that
Which is horrible.
and saying that the
However-
alt-right or whatever is not being violent, I think is absurd. You know,
That's actually not what I said, not in the least bit. I don't know where you got that from. Can you
Well,
please
you-
explain to me why I even hinted at that?
oh, you said that they're not calling for violence, and
I'm
I
saying
told
that
you
the
that
people-
they are calling for
No.
violence on their websites. They're
hold on a
using. Wait a
second.
minute. They are calling for violence on their websites.
Right.
They're using Milo Yiannopoulos to support and promote that violence, and then they are in fact enacting violent terrorist acts where they kill people. Did Antifa kill people in Berkeley? No,
They came
smashed
pretty
up,
close.
They smashed up some banks.
No,
and they
have you not
smashed
seen
up
the
some
videos where
ATMs
they have
and stuff.
attacked innocent people? They put one guy in a hospital.
What about the
broke his skull?
The police were shooting at protesters during that event with rubber bullets. Was that violent?
After they were being shot at.
No. The
Now,
police.
now let's-
no.
let's-
That's why, in my opinion, this is why the campus police actually didn't intercede and let the riot happen. Because check this out, and I watched this happen live. The protest was nonviolent. Wait.
Dude, I have videos online of violence after violence
No,
after
wait.
violence. I have
You're not-
40 minutes
you're not
of
listening to
violence
me.
from these people.
I do agree that it got violent at points and that individuals...
Not only that, but they
Wait a
all
second.
marched together. Nobody opposed the violence. They all marched under Antifa's banners behind Antifa after they committed violence. They all saw it. Nobody stopped it. Now, of course,
But you
racism
have
is
mob
bad.
mentality. Wait a second, though. I think that... Wait. You're trying to divert the question here.
Well, I'm trying to get back to a point that you made earlier, but go ahead.
You know, basically, like I want to stay with what I'm doing here, but I think that you have some valid points, and I think that, and I respect the fact that you do stand up. You claim to stand up for people's freedoms, right?
Liberal principles, freedom and equality of every
Right.
individual, not one group like a white group over any other group.
Right. I
there
just
should
think
be no
like,
special treatment for
I
white
think
people
especially
or
when you're at like, an
anybody.
event like this, like that not everybody might have that extreme of a liberal viewpoint, right?
Of
Like
course.
there's moderates here.
Right.
I saw people with like a Hillary shirt and stuff. So
Well, I'm here to support the moderate cause.
right, but by saying something that you know is contentious, like such as, oh, I don't believe in Black Lives Matter, I think.
Well, hey, the only way to save the movement is to be strong.
No, because like in a way, like if you actually agree with these freedoms and stuff and freedoms of expression, then you would also agree with their freedom to say something like Black Lives Matter, right?
Wait.
Okay, give me.
Aren't you against freedom of speech? I mean, weren't you just saying it's good to shut down these things, and here you are saying freedom of expression?
I'm against hate speech.
Right. So anyway, you think hate speech is
Specifically stuff that.
so basically you're against freedom of speech for views that you don't like.
No, hate speech that is inciting.
You mean like things like
inciting murders,
like what Antifa and BAMN say, which is get them, don't hold back tonight, get them.
I mean, you should watch. There's an interesting video. That girl,
Yvette Felarca.
and I forget her name. Yeah, but she was actually attacked by neo-Nazis and stabbed in the head.
Actually, I have a video documentary on that. She was never stabbed in the head. She got a little scuffle on the head, but I have it from multiple angles.
I was there.
Now, people were stabbed that day, but not her. She's actually lying about that. And isn't it ironic that Yvette Felarca works for Martin Luther King Jr. High School and she preaches violence?
Well, people, no. I mean, people assume that
Martin Luther King,
you know, they crowd him up.
Very clearly denounced riots. Very clearly.
Many in moments of anger, many in moments of deep bitterness, engage in riots. Let me say, as I've always said, and I will always continue to say, that riots are socially destructive and self-defeating. I'm still convinced that non-violence is the most potent weapon available to oppress people in their struggle for freedom and justice. I feel that violence will only create more social problems than they will solve. That in a real sense it is impractical for the Negro to even think of mounting a violent revolution in the United States. So I will continue to condemn riots and continue to say to my brothers and sisters that this is not the way.
I would like for all of us to believe in nonviolence, but I'm here to say tonight that if every Negro in the United States turns against nonviolence, I'm going to stand up as a lone voice and say this is the wrong way.
To contextualize this even further, here's an interview that he did with Mike Wallace.
I will never change in my basic idea that nonviolence is the most potent weapon available to the Negro in his struggle for freedom and justice.
And so you see, he said the same thing in different words many times, and he said this right up until his death. And you can also see that Dr. King was committed to nonviolence. And so if you see anybody saying otherwise, correct them. Don't put up with any bullshit.
Right, but his movement wouldn't have worked without the rest of the Black Power movement and the Black Panthers and stuff.
I think Martin Luther King's way worked in spite of by any means necessary type tactics. That just shows you this. That shows you the strength of nonviolence.
I think that the establishment actually fought that, and they fought for. They thought that, oh, look at these nice non-violent people. Look at these nice non-violent people. Wouldn't it be easier to work with them instead? You know.
Now, because I didn't get a chance to tell that guy what I was going to say, his best point, it seems, is that people who support Milo have done very bad things. Is that any excuse to claim that Milo plans and or supports genocide? Because other people who like Milo, or say that they like Milo, who knows, do bad things. No, of course not. That's a really fucking stupid point to make.
Don't worry about it, they're all stoners.
Thank you. so I accomplished what I came to accomplish, which is to root out any openly Antifa, openly BAMN, openly Black Lives Matter elements, because I'm trying to save the left from these extremists who are ruining it. If you ask them enough questions, they run away. But not before screaming in my ear with a megaphone. See, that's my no hitting first policy, folks. To me, if you're going to scream in somebody's ear with a megaphone and make their ears ring, that's actual physical assault. You're using pressurized air as a weapon against my eardrum. But apparently I am a Nazi. A lot of these people here think I'm a Nazi, and yet they won't even confront me. No, I'm sorry, white supremacist, to be fair, and yet they don't have enough balls to actually confront me. I have to go around asking them questions. The one student actually, from earlier, he actually came up and asked me a question, very reasonably too. I mean, it was kind of a stupid fucking question, but at least he went about it pretty reasonably. Like, hey, why are you wearing a coat with a German flag? Does that mean that you're some sort of white supremacist? But, no. I'm wearing this coat, this army coat that has a German flag on it and a Welsh flag on it for one reason and one reason only. Because I'm poor. And this coat was available. I'm not bourgeoisie like these kids. Well, I guess this movement just petered out because the crowd is like a very tiny fraction of the size it used to be. So I guess I'm gonna go home. You know what, folks? I just realized I was wearing this at a very left-wing rally. I guess it's good that I was wearing my winter coat. However, because I was wearing my winter coat, which has both a Welsh flag and a German flag on it, that was part of an excuse for people to say that I'm white supremacist, because I happen to question Antifa. This has been your faithful reporter, Justin Anti-Theist. Remember, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click that little bell icon, otherwise you won't know when I have a new video. And most of all, remember, love, don't hate. Oh goodness, I am such a troublemaker. But my heart's in the right place.